Hello, everyone. I had no intention of speaking tonight, but here I am. The media can paint me however they want. We all know the truth. Thank you all for your resolve. I know it's not easy. A lot of people are even still here from out of town, and it's been a grind. And I appreciate that everyone is still willing to come out, even when the weather's not great. And it's been a long time, and we've suffered a lot of distraught trauma from what occurred that last weekend of the convoy time here in Ottawa. That really shook me to my core about what my belief system was, about how the police are supposed to operate in Canada, and what we've seen from our court system with people that are still being held in custody for non-violent offenses, compared to what I had seen in my previous law enforcement career, where people get 1 day time served, even though they have like 80 plus criminal convictions on their criminal record, with a lot of violent crime on that criminal record. This is a difficult time for many people, but we will prevail. The world is woken up, and it's becoming more and more every day. It's going to be hard. It might not happen immediately, but as long as we keep behaving with integrity and with strength and with courage, we will come out on top. And it's not about, when the world realizes the truth, it's not about I told you so's. It's about seeking to understand why people believe what they did. Because that's what we're asking the world to do for us, right?
Yep.
Have humanity and compassion and try and find out why people have taken the path they've taken. I think it's ironic, and it's hard not to get let the anger take over when you think about how the people who pretend to be the most virtuous anti-hate are the ones who are behaving in the most hateful manner. But they have been programmed to believe that over the last 2 years. And probably a long time leading up to that. It's just we really became in tune to it because of COVID. So I think one of the most important messages we need to remember right now is that there's a lot of mistrust, and that can really, really become toxic. And I know that even within our own freedom movement, there's a lot of questions about who you can trust and who you can't, and what information is real and what's not. So one thing I would urge everyone to do is to, when you receive information that concerns you, try and verify it for yourself, or find a real trusted source one of your real trusted sources with high quality information to try and verify before you start spreading that same kind of message, because it can become very toxic, and that plays right into the hand of what our government has done such an incredible job of dividing the nation and dividing the population. So we can't engage in that same behavior. So that cancel culture that we all hate and complain about, we can't become that ourselves. So I guess what we need to constantly put out into the world, instead of chasing our tail and worrying ourselves about every negative hit piece that's written about us by legacy media, we can counter some of that, definitely. But I think the most productive way that we can counter that is constantly telling our story and putting our own content out there that shows the truth. Because eventually that will become, it already is too hard to ignore, and it will become more and more difficult for them to continue with their propaganda and their lies. So keep telling your story, keep pumping out your own content, and the constant message has to be truth, freedom, dignity, and respect for every individual. And I don't think, like, how can you go wrong with that, right? What? And love, obviously love. But, I mean, not everyone uses that language, but I don't think you can go wrong with truth, dignity, respect for every individual. So, thank you. Thank you for being here.